The primary objective of the Sanlam Foundation is to transform the broader society in which we operate and live for the better.
So there are three pillars of the Sanlam Foundation. The first one is consumer financial education. The second one is an enterprise supply development. And pillar number 3 is socioeconomic development. And that's where the vast majority of our education program sits.
Unemployment is one of the biggest problems that we have in South Africa. And it comes back to education, and it comes back to numeracy and literacy.
I think the challenges that affect South African schools, mostly in township schools, is the issue of our schools are under-resourced.
And that is what we are trying as Sanlam and as the Sanlam Foundation to do, is to assist the Department of Education around the numerous challenges that they have in the country.
Once a week, there will be an educator from Sanlam to come and teach different grades, right across from grade 8 up until grade 12. And then they have a workshop for educators for those topics where educators, they feel that they're not comfortable teaching. When it comes to the integration of technology and maths, Sanlam, they did help a lot. Last year, our grade 12 learners were given tablets. On top of that, they were getting 10 gigs of data every month, so it helped.
My name is Tami, and I was a grade 12 learner here in PJ Simelane last year, and this year I'm in the University of Johannesburg studying computer science. The program implemented by Sanlam, it helped with extra lessons so that you can catch up on things that I never got from class. But when the tablet came and it had data, I was able to even go online and get the answer. Not only for maths, but even for other subjects. It was exciting because I saw an opportunity that I could use and would be helpful to me.
Tami made the most out of the opportunity, and we are proud that Tami is one of the learners who got distinction in maths.
Being the first in my family to go on to the tertiary level, I'm truly proud.
Here at PJ Simelane, where we started in 2016, it's such a great feeling to be able to come back in 2022 to speak to the learners, to speak to the HOD, to speak to teachers, and to speak to the principal, and to hear about the impact that this intervention has made.
2020 results were at 70%. 2021, we moved from 70% to 84%. So for learners to really be able to perform like this, yeah, it was such a pleasure and joy to experience.
With this program, we assisted 75 schools, which have impacted on hundreds of thousands of learners.
Their generation, they are taking a step in the right direction and breeding a better people, a better community with less crime, less poverty, you know, and the upgrading of the community and consequently the society.
So basically there's no economic activity without water, and that's the reason why we find it so important to support the WWF, so that we're able to conserve this precious resource for everybody.
South Africa has many water challenges. We're a water-scarce country. There's uneven distribution of rainfall. There's a lot of inequity. So you've got to deal with the social challenges, the governance challenges, and infrastructural challenges. We also can't keep up with the demand, whether it's industry or population. So there are a lot of issues that we need to be looking at. It's water security for everyone and everything.
WWF believes that water source area partnerships is the route to really creating long-lasting solutions for our water issues, bringing together all of the key stakeholders within a particular catchment, trying to create some governance and capability at a local level to manage issues, and making sure that all the voices, the farmers, the municipality, the communities, the NGOs, are all heard and all are working together to find those solutions.
The Berg River are very important for the city of Cape Town, as it augments an extra 20% of water for the city of Cape Town. That is why it's of critical importance that these catchments are being cleared and also being maintained and keep it clean of invasive alien plants. The outcomes of removing the alien vegetation, we are creating and making space for a lot more water to enter into the water catchments. We're creating a lot of jobs for the local community. I employ 90 people. It's a great feeling to see how the environment benefits out of these teams removing the invasive alien plants. And also not just that, I'm creating skills for these people.
When I started here, we came on one of the sites and yeah, it looked like the desert. After clearing, I was driving through there with a tractor and then the tractor just went down and I thought, what's going on? And since then, the water never stopped flowing in that area.
Sanlam has been an incredible partner for WWF over 15 years, funding so much of our work, initially in the marine space, through to more than 10 years of supporting our freshwater work. They allow us to actually catalyze their funding into getting other partners on board, other funders in particular catchments and partnerships. And their amount has been basically almost tripled and quadrupled by having us have a freshwater team in place that they're really covering a lot of the costs for. So it's a massive sort of broader impact that's being developed thanks to the Sanlam funding.
So there have been a lot of amazing spin-offs from this project, such as job creation in terms of the water catchment areas. There are a lot of SMMEs that have sprung up and that have been supported. There's been lots of different collaborations and partnerships, and it's been a privilege to be part of it.
I love my job just to be in nature. I enjoy just seeing, okay, everything is getting into place. Areas where we did alien clearing, you will see the bird life comes back, and yes, we have our leopards that come and visit and everything, and that is what's making me excited to come to work tomorrow.
South Africa's growth is going to come from SMEs, and so what we do is that we try and bring these SMEs by giving them the right type of support they need, business development support, mentorship, coaching, boot camps, soft loans, to assist them to become stable and ultimately thriving businesses that are able to grow over time, but are also able to increase the number of people that they employ.
My name is Tembi, GNT Auto Body. We do parabeating, spray painting, and minor mechanic on vehicles. I love cars with passion. Yeah, I was born, grew up at KZN. Came here and job at, there was a panel shop. They were looking for ladies to clean cars. While I'm cleaning cars, yeah, we're doing plastic bumper repairs. And my boss, I was helping him with adding up the quotation. That's when I learned more of the admin work, and they promoted me to become a receptionist. And then I became an administrator now for the office. And I worked for that company for 18 years. I realized that now I've reached the ceiling, and that's when I decided that, you know what, this is time to start your own business. GNT started in 2010. So when I started here, a lot of challenges. We had no equipment. We needed to get graded to meet the criteria for the industry. I applied at the DTI. They assisted with equipment. That opened doors for GNT. Sanlam, they came to me. They wanted to put GNT on the ESD program. And they brought a mentor and a business developer. And that's when, like, wow. I was in a different world.
So I think what the program does is that it offers them an opportunity, together with their mentors, to take a step back and to look, somewhat more objectively at their business and what's working and what's not working. And I think that that really is the magic of the program.
And our turnover was sitting on 4.9 when we started. The following year was sitting on 7.2 million. And I was like, wow, this growth is, and it's huge. After I was with this mentorship, I started to walk bold, no shy, no fear.
When we saw the successful growth in Tembi's business, she was offered a loan in terms of securing more equipment so that it enabled her to procure the next plot of land in order to expand the business.
So employing more people and more families, they've got food on their table. It's all because what Sanlam, they given to GNT to assist to grow the business.
Unemployment, inequality, and poverty. Those three things together are really our biggest challenges as a country. And it's really incumbent upon corporate to do our bit in order to systemically challenge those three issues that are facing us. It really is a privilege to do the work that we do. So we get paid to assist in empowering South Africans to live with confidence.
They normally say this is a male-dominated industry, and I'm changing that. I'm proud of myself. I was given an opportunity, I grabbed it with both hands, and it's up to me what do I do with it, but I made sure that I make it work.
It's not easy to be a deaf person. Sign language is the only way they can communicate with the outside world and the only way to access education. As long as the child is above 3, we admit the child. And then we place her grade RR, where we give him the basics of sign language. We advise all our parents that the learner must stay in the hostel, because after school they interact, they teach each other sign language, and it's easy for them to learn from their peers.
To have a child that doesn't speak, doesn't hear, it was very difficult. Before we used to say these people, they get very angry, very quick. It's just because we don't understand their language. But if you can give them a chance to teach you their language, you will see they are just the same like us. Now we can see that she's not so cheeky because we know a little bit. We communicate, we don't fight. I'm also chairperson of school governing body. Anything that we can see this is dangerous for the school, for the kids, we try to move it out.
The school is facing fires. Number one, you have floods, you have windstorms. All sorts of hazards are prevalent in Mopani District Municipality. The school property is next to the bush. A fire can erupt from the kitchen.
We didn't have fire extinguisher to each and every class. We had the siren, but it's a deaf school. They cannot hear the siren, even if you can hoot and hoot and hoot.
Santam CSI department donated the smoke detectors and the strobe lights so that they can serve as an early warning system for the learners.
The siren will notify us that there is danger. And then we have this big system where it works together with the plan. Then you check, okay, now the boys hostel, there is a problem, and then you go there straight.
It's very important that we take care of the vulnerable members of the society. The scope of the project is really around risk management. It's really about saving lives and the infrastructure. We also procured additional fire extinguishers, and all this were installed in the whole school, including the hostels.
This partnership with the National Disaster Management Center and Santam brought a new dimension of help that has been looking for as to how can we help our schools to be ready in case of disasters that strike schools.
The evacuation drills are very important because you prepare learners on what to do during emergency evacuations.
The National School Safety Framework that ranges on the safety, security, and health of the children broadly when they are in the school premises. That's why it calls for schools to do annual safety audits.
Santam used the expertise of the risk services team to develop the risk assessment questionnaire together with the partners.
Santam, they did a good job here. The way they supported us, they came to us and they show us love. They show us that even if you're disabled, we're still there for you.
We are looking to roll out the risk assessment program to the whole of South Africa.
I can see even my child, she's safe. She's happy in this school.
As South Africa's largest short-term insurer, managing risks comes as a natural fit for our corporate social investment initiatives at Santam. In addition to school safety, particularly for schools with special needs, we also work with municipalities across the country through a flagship program called Partnership for Risk and Resilience, which is designed to reduce risks and build resilience in our vulnerable communities.
Brede Valley consists of Worcester, Touwsrivier, the Dorings and Rosenville. So a big part of the winelands is our response area.
We've got 4 wards in this area. 86% is from the informal settlements. Here in Zoletemba, some of the shacks here are close to each other.
Another factor is low-hanging electricity wires. Big fire engines it's just impossible to drive with them without ripping all those apart. And that is where the skid units have come in. Brede Valley Fire has received 3 skid units from the Santam project.
The skids unit are so mobile because they're very small. They get into every corner of this area.
The Santam simulation was a simulation of a major oil spill.
So the different partners was the district municipality, the local municipalities, South African Police Service, emergency medical services.
That simulation has enabled the district to test the system and be able to identify gaps.
To be part of the bigger story of saving somebody's life. That is where I get my kick out of life.
In Ashton, we are getting most of the fires from Ngubela. So the fact that we've been able to install smoke alarms in almost all the shacks, it's a very brilliant job that we have done.
En June maand wat jy opgebrand het. En ek het alles verloor. My klere, TV verloor, beddengoed, skoene. En my ID, alles. Ek het niks met maken. Die klere wat ek het met maken gekry.
The number of the smoke alarms that we have installed so far is 1,833. With this partnership, Langeberg local municipality requests for smoke alarms in bunches of 100 in a continuous basis.
If you look at Wittenberg, it is an area which is felt fire prone.
Our municipality is one of the poorest municipalities. The equipment that we received, it's very harmful.
The equipment that we have bought there enables the municipality to be able to proactively manage the risks through control bands and the creation of fire breaks.
Woolsley is a small town. This is Montana. If a wildfire can take place, it can spread into the house. So if you create a fire break, it will be less danger for the community. I'm happy to serve my community and I'm proud to be a firefighter.
We recognize the role of awareness and we support district municipalities with what we call a disaster awareness trailer.
There's always a lot of fires in Klapmuts, so we do awareness with the children, we put information table. The trailer helps a lot because it's more visible. Most of us don't have internet, so we as volunteers, we must go out and help the people to give information for them. I like to work with community because all of us want to be safe.
All of the local municipalities have received the benefit, and it is important because it's all about lives and livelihoods.
Our strategy of building resilience extends beyond the work we do with schools, municipalities, and communities. We also focus on entrepreneurs, which are a critical growth engine for the country.
The Santam Woman of the Future Award for 2021 in association with Fair Lady and True Love is Cara 7 of Cara 7 World Design.
I really
didn't think I had much of a chance based on my competition. They are amazing, amazing, skilled, intelligent, ambitious women that have blown me away.
The Women of the Future Awards is about awarding and congratulating and celebrating women entrepreneurs in South Africa who are running incredible businesses. The three categories are the Women of the Future Award, the Rising Star Award, and the Social Entrepreneurship Award.
It's a very specific thing, wall design, because you are working at such a large scale, and you really have to make sure that the design can withstand the enlarging process. Every single one of our wall coverings is unique. I will put a rough idea of the design together digitally from pieces of digital art, and then I will pass that rough copy on to my designers.
There's something so clear and directed about her. She had a very successful career in corporate, and then she decided that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mother, and she paced her life in a very organized and considered way. A lot of us could learn from that. Santam became the headline sponsor in 2018, and it's been an incredible partnership. The winner receives 100,000 Rand from Santam, the Social Entrepreneur and the Rising Star each receive 60,000.
I never imagined in my lifetime that I would get that level of acknowledgement for just trying to make a living. There has been a scarcity of opportunities for working women, so this award is still relevant. Hopefully in the future we'll just celebrate all people in business.
We've been working on this initiative for the past 8 years. Once we put these women on the platform, not only do they inspire others to start up, but it opens a gateway to other opportunities for them going forward.
I just want to say to any women out there that are experiencing a life quake, that have had to leave a job or have been fired from a job, just start small.